Hey, and welcome back to Master Guitar Fret. My name is Jörg. In lesson 6 for YouTube Guitar School, we're going to learn 3 things. We're going to tackle the E-shaped bar chord. We're going to tackle the major scale. And we're also going to look at the minor pentatonic scale. So let's stop talking and let's start playing. Okay, so this is the little progression that we're going to tackle at the end, so you can practice a little bit of sliding down the neck, but also learn the E-shaped bar chord and use the E-shaped bar chord. So we're going to be studying that right now. The E-shaped bar chord obviously derives from the E chord, and we learned that some time ago, I think in lesson 1. Now, in order to play a bar chord, you have to play the E shape with these 3 fingers. Okay, so it's probably good to first learn that, because we're going to need the index finger to bar. So we need finger 3 to 4. So let's try that. You might just want to practice that and place that down. It's a little awkward at the beginning. You don't know what to do with the index finger. So just run your way down. That actually sounds pretty good, a little Latino Spanish. So you can practice that a little bit. You slide up and down. Or you can even place. So that's the first part of maybe learning that bar chord. So to learn the bar, let's go down to the 5th fret. The 5th fret E string is, of course, the A. And that will make that bar chord in the key of A. That is now A. And why is it A? Well, we've learned all the notes on those strings. So it's E, F, G, A. Okay. So the first part we want to do is we're going to try to bar and just get some clean ringing notes. So you should be fairly close to the fret with your bar. You might want to adjust how you're holding your guitar, because sometimes you might not get a clean sound because you're too cramped. Right, so you might be diagonal across, and it doesn't work really well. So make sure you're straight down, and for that you have to bring in your arm. Your elbow needs to be close to the body, right? To have that, you might want to lift your guitar a little bit. Right, so find the most comfortable way to do this. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to place now the A shape, just as we learned, with the index, ring, and pinky. Now we're going to try to make clean sounds. You might get some fret buzzing. because your fingers are too flat. So they need to really come from the top down. You almost have to move your wrist forward a little bit when you do that, so that your fingers come straight down on your strings. Let's recap that. Elbow in, wrist maybe a little forward. Really what it takes is practice, repositioning until you get it. If this is a little bit too high up for you, well, come down to the B. Okay, after A is B. So now we're in the key of B. So you're a little bit closer, right? You're not up here, you're a little bit closer. You can try it here. For me personally, the most comfortable place to play bar chord is in that section right here. When I play a song in open chords and bar chords, I often have to kind of readjust my neck a little bit. I might lift it a little bit. And I almost do that automatically now. I don't even think about it anymore. So once you make that clean sound here, then you just move everything up. So let's go up. We're going to go to a G and then an F. And then back to G and back to A. So now every time we play the E bar chord, when we play it in the first fret, key of F, third fret, key of G, fifth fret, key of A, seventh fret, key of B, eighth fret, C, 10th fret, D, 12th fret, E again. Okay, so when we go further down, as the frets become smaller, it might be more difficult to actually play this. But don't start here. Get a clean sound up here, and once you master that, you move down, and then you find your way down there too, right? It's possible. But first we want to work up here. We can master everything at once, so you master one thing at a time. Okay, so let's move up and down a little bit. So you can keep the shape. When I move on those, I'm only lifting my index finger. And just a little bit, you don't have to lift it up to here. Okay? And then maybe just try some placing. So you get used to the shape. Now with bar chords, your hand will get tired because it's not a shape that you have been playing a lot. So it takes a whole new set of muscles to do that. So you're going to have to give those muscles a little time to adjust, and don't do it too long. Okay, when you feel fatigued and tired, that is your body telling you stop, give me a rest, right? Practice something else that is more relaxed and then go back to it. Okay, next we want to see where the major scale is in that bar chord. So obviously we start with the root note. So that's the octave. A and A. So 5th fret, 7th fret, E, down to A, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, then down to B, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. There's the major, the A major. Now some people with long fingers might play it like this. Right? So it's 5th, 7th, 9th, and then that same pattern repeats on the A string. 5th, 7th, 9th, and then it ends up with the 6th on a G and the 7th on. Now I prefer to play so we have the octave here, and then of course that pattern repeats itself. You can play this further down to another octave. So the whole thing. There we go, up and down. So again, that's something you can practice slowly. The minor pentatonic scale in the key of A, bar chord A, would be A, starts with A, and then we're going to go, so 5th fret, E string, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. So back up, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. So let's practice those scales, the major scale in each of the keys that you play, and also the minor pentatonic. Those are sort of basic scales to learn. And I'm going to show you later what you can do with those. Okay, how you can apply them and incorporate them into your playing. So next we're going to want to learn that little progression. Right? We always want to have a little bit of fun. So I think that's a fun little exercise. So we start with E7. Okay? So we take the E and we remove the ring finger. Right? We are index, first G, and middle finger, second A. And everything else is open. So that's an E7, as we have learned in a past lesson. So we go, and we're basically going to just slide down. So that's the first part of that. Second, third, fourth, third, second, first. Just a nice little groovy melody. So watch my strumming. Slide. tasty, right? So either or. You play that a few times and you're gonna make it your own. Then we'll go down to an A7. So basically A with the ring finger removed, but I just use middle, 2nd fret, D string, and ring finger, 2nd fret, B string. Right, so we basically do the same thing. Or with a little bit of sliding. Then back up. And then the turnaround goes B, A sharp, A, G sharp, G, there's always a little bit of an up strum. So no. Just practice this any way you want, you know, depending on your strumming skills. So I'm going to play it really slow. B, just a very dreamy kind of a tune. Okay, so that concludes lesson number 6. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel right down here. Somewhere should be an icon. Leave me a comment if you find this helpful or not. So you have a bunch of stuff to practice. Your E-shaped bar chord. Make sure that you can make a nice A, maybe a nice B, and maybe a nice G, right? And then venture further up and down the neck. Then of course you have to practice the major scale. And then of course the minor pentatonic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.